Hello Aries, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with your bonus reading for the first half of July. We're going to be taking a look at what's going on with your person, the overall connection, general reading. As always, guys, it's not going to resonate with every single person. So please do take from this whatever makes sense for you and let the rest go. If you are interested in your own personal private reading, that information is down below in the description box. Just a side note, guys, that I am blocking off the second half of August, so my July dates and my first half of August dates are filling up super fast. So if you are interested in booking a personal private reading with me, definitely hop onto the website and book it sooner rather than later before it's completely gone. I'm booking through, I believe, August 16th, and then from the 17th through the 31st of August, I am on hiatus just with personal readings. I'm still going to be doing my readings here on my channel, just taking a bit of a break, a bit of a breather, and then I'll open it back up on September 1st. Okay, so that's just a bit of a update on what's going on with private readings. And so let's dive right into this, Aries. What I've chosen for the focus messages, we're going to grab one card from each deck. The Divine Feminine Healing deck by Mystic Moon. This is my self-created one, the Thinking Man Oracle, and then my other one, Heart Songs, Songs in the Key of Love. So I've been having so much fun with this deck. I created it at the time that, well, first of all, I was a songwriter before I even read cards. So music is such a huge part of me, and so it was just so fitting that I created a card deck that had music in it. So we'll go ahead and choose a song for you, Aries, that could reflect the connection here between you and your person, whoever it is that you are focused on for this reading. So we're going to start things off with the Divine Feminine. We'll grab one card from here. And this can, of course, be for cross watchers as well as anyone else who wants to tune in here. All right, so we'll grab a card, guided to this one, if I can grab it. Liberation. As I heal, I'm setting us free. Look at that. This is coming through for the feminines. Okay, so my feminine's working on healing at this time. That's a beautiful card. All right, so let's add to this. Let's take a look and see what the masculine's response is here, or just overall what the masculine needs to express at this time. Angels and spirit guides for Aries for this bonus reading, first half of July. All right, divine masculines, guided to this one here. I dreamt of you before we even met. Look at that. Another beautiful card. And some of you guys might even resonate with that. Maybe you're masculine. If you are feminine tuning in, maybe you're masculine actually said this to you. I dreamt of you before we even met. Okay, so that's what's coming through. All right, let's go ahead and choose a song here. What song best resonates with the overall vibe of this reading? Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aries. All right, so let's see. Guided to this one here. Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Beautiful. Those are some amazing cards, guys. So let's see how the rest of this reading unfolds. Hopefully it's just as nice as those messages. All right, so let's add to this. We'll start things off. If I can grab this deck. This is the Pining Rose Love Oracle deck by my friend Amy of Calico Moon. So let's go ahead and see how the rest of this reading, Aries, is going to unfold for you. Are you the feminine watching, or are you the masculine? So let's see how you're affected by this. Well, there's this cold energy that's coming through. Now look at this next card. We have separation, followed by unstable, Okay, so something happened here between the two of you. And again, going back to my feminine message, that liberation, as I heal, I'm setting us free. So some of you guys had to go into separation. Somebody here had to detach from the connection, just set it free. My feminine's coming through with that message. And sometimes you have to go into separation to be able to figure things out for yourself and to just take a break from one another, to reassess the situation, to just gain some clarity over it. We do have Be Mine coming through, but it's followed by sorrow. So something painful happened here between the two of you, Aries. Even though things are clearly being challenged right now in this partnership, in your heart of hearts, Aries, perhaps you still want this person in your life. You know, and as that card states, it's like you couldn't help falling in love with this person, even though you guys had, you know, obstacles that you had to endure as a result of this partnership going into separation. We do have celebration, okay? Good times that you guys have shared together, or this could be future vibes of happier times that you could have together. This could also be indicative of the Two of Cups in traditional tarot, which is a beautiful energy because it's all about partnership. It's about unity, that special connection and bond that you guys share, even if it is from a distance. We do have forgiven, okay? So maybe given a little bit more time, you guys will be able to find a place in your heart to forgive each other or whoever it is that needs forgiveness. We do have spy. So maybe they're checking you out from a distance, more than likely on social media. Aries, I'm not surprised to see this. Okay, we've got hurt, cold, separation, unstable, sorrow, the need for forgiveness. Somebody was hurt here. Probably you, Aries. Or you're both hurt, but just processing this pain in very different ways. And then we have a stalemate here. So there's not a whole lot going on here. No movement. There is a stalemate, somebody who is unable to make a decision, or maybe you're both at a standstill here as to what to do to be able to fix this. But I do feel from my feminines, clearly my feminines are healing, going through that healing journey, and hopefully the masculine is able to do the same here. So yes, we've got challenges. So we're going to have to dig a little bit deeper as to what those challenges are. So let me set these guys aside. So what else? Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aries, for this bonus reading, for the first half. For the first half of July. We've got self-worth coming through here. When things fell apart in your relationship, Aries, and then we've got compromise coming through. It could have certainly affected how you saw yourself, how you valued yourself, your self-esteem. Sometimes when we go through a painful breakup or just experience something really devastating and painful in a partnership, yes, of course, we look at our person and how they played a role in a separation, but we also tend to be very nitpicky with ourselves, you know, questioning ourselves, like, what could I have done differently? Or just being very nitpicky, you know, not seeing yourself with very loving eyes or not loving yourself at all. So this is a reminder here from the angels that this is something that you need to work on perhaps. This could also be something that was lacking in the connection, that this is a reminder that you guys have to be able to compromise and to have that equal give and take in a partnership in order for things to work. But instead, things were very unstable between the two of you. But look at this. We do have a fresh start that's possible. It is possible here. So for now, we might have a stalemate, but there is the potential for a new beginning here. It's time to go in a new direction. Okay, so that fresh start is bringing you guys onto a new direction here, a different path from where you guys were before. And for some of you, this new direction, this fresh start could be on your own. You know, liberation, setting your masculine free if you are feminine, because that's the feminine focus message there. As I heal, I'm setting us free. You know, so if you relate to that, and if you're feminine tuning in, watching for a masculine, then you could be the one that could have gone in a different direction and detached from this. And you're healing now. You know, maybe you were the one that was hurt here and you ended up getting your heart broken. And part of this healing for some of you could be that in your heart of hearts, you were able to find forgiveness for the person that hurt you. Because sometimes, you know, we just don't end up getting that apology for real, or you never get the closure that you're hoping for. And sometimes that's something that you need to offer yourself. Let's grab a couple more. What else? Divine Feminine. Okay, so my feminines are really standing in their power here. And definitely impacted by what happened between the two of you. It's falling right below sorrow. So my feminines are healing this very painful energy of sorrow, a broken heart over the separation, which is why things are very cold and unstable. Part of the problem too could be that somebody was wearing this mask, pretending to be something that they weren't, keeping secrets, being deceptive, being manipulative, being one way with you and being another way with other people. You know, maybe you just couldn't figure out who they really were on the inside if they were wearing a mask. And maybe they were just a very complicated person. So we also have understanding coming through here. Perhaps you're struggling to understand why things happen the way they did, or part of the clarity as a result of the healing that you're on is finally helping you to understand why. You both have your own free will to be able to create change, healing, movement in your own lives, or to bring this back together and to start fresh. But for now, you know, stuck energy, stalemate, and there's not a whole lot of communication going on here, if at all. That is what's presenting itself here. So we're going to have to add to this, of course, with some tarot messages. Set these guys aside. So no movement, no communication. You guys are stuck. There's this stalemate energy. But this is our hope card right here, that fresh start. And just a situation that just needs time and healing, I feel. Angels and spirit guides for Aries for this bonus reading for the first half of July. What else do we need to know, please? We have a card in the reverse. What is it? We've got the Five of Swords. Okay. That's air energy. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, but it is coming up reversed. In the upright, it's conflict, competition, winning at all costs. But it's in the reverse. That's how we're going to have to read it. Okay, so the Five of Swords in the reverse is lingering resentment. But there is this desire to reconcile, this desire to forgive. Isn't that interesting? Because we already have forgiven right here. And if you guys aren't speaking, Maybe you don't even know, or they don't even know that you've forgiven them, or vice versa. But there's still that lingering resentment over what's happened between the two of you. But deep down, there's this desire truly to bring this back together and to just let bygones be bygones, just be able to forgive and move on. Whether that act of moving on is reconciliation, or moving on and just going in a different direction altogether and just finding love elsewhere. And that's why you guys have the free will to decide how that's going to play out. We have the Six of Swords. So there's heavy air energy coming through here. This is all about releasing baggage, and there's a transition here. There's unfinished business between the two of you. Part of this baggage that needs to be released has to do with the past, has to do with what brought you guys into separation to begin with. In order for you guys to move forward, whether together or in separate people moving on in individual paths, however way you decide to go, I feel there's this need to really address what happened here, to be able to just be face to face and talk about it, however way you guys decide to work it out. That unfinished business needs to be addressed, whatever it is, to have that one conversation where you guys can just actually get it all out on the table, discuss it, talk about it. And there's no guarantee, of course, that you guys are going to work it out, but there might. But you're never going to know unless you actually try. But obviously it takes two people to make that happen. We've got the Five of Cups. Water energy. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Five of Cups, loneliness, depression, regret, failure, pessimism. The Five of Cups is not a fun card. It is a card of loss, of grief, of disappointment. And maybe this is how they made you feel, Aries. Or this is how they're feeling, and they're struggling to process everything that's happened. We have sorrow, we have hurt. I feel you've both been affected here. My feminines definitely coming through, letting us know that healing journey has begun and it's continuing. And the masculine, I dreamt of you before we even met. You guys fell in love with each other, but also had some major challenges that you had to deal with in the partnership. We do have the Magician coming through here. This is manifestation right here, representing your ideal partner, your soulmate. For some of you, your twin flame. But it's also picking up off of manipulation. So if you've been dealing with somebody who's kind of sneaky and tricky and manipulative, that too is the energy of the Magician. But the Magician is a rekindled romance. You just got to be mindful and be careful that they're not coming towards you as somebody who's messing around and being foolish and tricky with you. That trickster mentality. And then we've got the Hangman coming through, offering you a new perspective here, Aries, but it's also letting you know that there's a pause here, which we already know that. We've got that stalemate vibe, and then we've got the stuck card. It's a spiritual awakening. And for some of you, that need to just let go. And my feminines have already done that. And maybe it's time for the masculine to do the same, you know, for you guys to just detach, go to your separate corners, figure things out for yourself, heal your hearts, heal the vibe, heal the energy. And if you're meant to come back together, you know, you got to put in the effort to make that happen. But the Hangman is letting you know here, Aries, that you got to release what's no longer serving you to make more room to receive better. And your person has to be able to do the same. We have the Eight of Swords coming through also. Self-imposed restrictions, imprisonment, victim mentality. So they could have certainly made you feel this way. Or you're both feeling this way. You know, this is self-imposed right here. But for those of you who do feel imprisoned in your own thoughts, you can also break free from that. It's either that or this is what your person is dealing with. My feminines, some of you are coming through as the Queen of Wands. Beautiful energy. A confident, courageous woman, creative, a social butterfly. And maybe this is you. Perhaps this perfectly describes how you are. You know, I'm absolutely love the energy from this card. Very similar, really. You know, arms up in the air, just confident, healing, free. That's where my feminines are. So if you resonate with that, you're coming through as this queen, and you know, we've got that divine feminine energy. So I feel for my feminines tuning in, you're in a much better place energetically compared to your masculine counterpart here. But we do have the Star. Beautiful card. Picking up off of Aquarius. This is hope. This is faith. This is a renewal. This is a wish that can come true. But this is also about self-care, Aries. And this is a time for you to focus on yourself and your healing journey. But when it comes to love and romance, I just felt this huge tickle in my throat. And maybe you guys resonate with this. It's like there's this, excuse me, there's this strong love between you and this person. Yes, you guys have been through something major here. But maybe this Star card is giving you that saving grace to be able to work on this partnership. You know, it might for now seem like it's an impossible situation, like you guys are never going to be able to work this out. And then here comes this wish that has the capability of coming true for you and your person. Because the Star is a beautiful energy. It's letting you know that despite where things are right now, things might ultimately still work itself out better than you could have ever pictured for yourself and your person. You know, it's one of those things where you're about ready to give up on a situation, then all of a sudden something happens to give you that last little bit of hope, that glimmer of hope to let you know that, okay, wait a minute, maybe it's not the right time to give up. Maybe there's still that hope that the both of you can bring into this situation to fix what's broken between the two of you. And part of that hope has a lot to do with the fact that you guys couldn't help falling in love with each other, as the song says. Some things are just meant to be, and maybe that's how you both feel about each other despite what's happened here. Just maybe you might have a wish that can still come true here, Aries. So let's add to this with some romance angels. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aries. For this bonus reading for the first half of July. There's this very playful energy between the two of you. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. I also pick up sometimes, because for me this card has a few interpretations. Somebody could have been a player here, that's one. Or there could also be an age gap between the two of you, where one person is substantially younger than the other. And somebody could just be very playful and flirtatious also. Let's see what else. Angels and spirit guides for Aries. Finances and career have been affected as well. So either for yourself, Aries, or your person, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. We have another separation card that's coming through here, just clarifying the fact that you guys are not together right now and spending time apart from one another. And there's this need to just tell each other how you're really feeling, to be able to express the love that I feel is still in your hearts, both of your hearts. We do have this retreat card, which is another card for me with a couple of interpretations. And it does say it's time to disconnect from the world. So what I feel from that is, one interpretation is retreating, backing away from something, someone, going in a different direction, which we already have here. Another interpretation is two people that want to just disconnect and be alone and left alone to be able to figure things out and to work on what's broken in a partnership. We also have the attraction card coming through here. You're both still attracted to one another, despite what's happened. I feel you still want each other. Yes, you guys have been through something very painful, but it hurts even more because you loved each other, or still do, obviously, still love each other. Angels are wanting you to stay optimistic about the situation. Aries, positive thinking and faith will bring you romance with your person, and they're wanting you to give the relationship a chance, work on the partnership. I don't think it's done. And clearly the chemistry, a strong magnetic attraction is here between the two of you. So might not be the right time to call it quits, you know? There's still hope here, Aries. And maybe some of you guys were thinking, you know, this is impossible. It's time to give up. But the messages are going in a different direction here, Aries, wanting you to give it a try, wanting you to work on it. And if your person is wanting to work on it as well, which I feel is certainly possible here, then yeah, you guys can revive this partnership. Let's add to this with some romance angels messages. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aries for this bonus reading for the first half of July. Okay, we have reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Exactly. Because that's why we have the stuck and stalemate energy, because it's not the right time. And this is the time for you guys to just give each other a little bit more space. Trust that at the end of the day, things might just ultimately work itself out here. And then you also ended up getting, give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. Another beautiful card. And look at this bottom of the deck. Forgiveness, okay? Forgiven. It's very important here in this partnership. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. So, so true. But yeah, there is this need for forgiveness between the two of you, Aries. And look at this bottom of the deck. It says time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. Okay, so you can't rush this healing journey. You can't rush the process. And if the other person isn't ready, or you're not ready, it really falls down onto timing and when things are going to happen. But there's a really good chance here with the star card, with this fresh start card coming through here. There's a chance to start over. The Magician, rekindled romance. You know, just make sure that what it is that you're manifesting is not a rekindled partnership with somebody who's sneaky and tricky. Okay? All right, so let's grab some angel numbers. This is a deck by Mystic Moon. It's called Twin Flame Angel Numbers. And if you don't identify with a twin flame connection, you could certainly replace the twin flame references to soulmate, or however way it fits your situation, okay? So let's take a look at and see what numbers are coming through here and focusing on the overall message. Angels and spirit guides for Aries for this bonus reading for the first half. Whoops, I've got a card flying. Hold on. Okay, card flying. What do we have? 660. You do not have to compromise your own integrity to get what you want. Assert yourself accordingly. Amen to that, right? 660. So if you happen to actually be seeing that number, that's part of the message that it's conveying to you. We also have 999. Mastery of self-love has been obtained in preparation for union. This is all about two people that have to work on themselves and to be able to love yourself first in order to extend that love beyond yourself. And I feel it's really tapping into this self-worth and finding value within yourself. And I really feel for my feminines. My feminines get that. You know, that liberation. As I heal, I am setting us free. That needed to happen in order for my feminines to go through that journey of self-love. And my masculines, I feel, need to do that as well in order for this union to be a successful one. We also have 101. Caring for your overall health is a necessary tool on your journey. Love yourself a little more today. Look at that. Really very much in tune with self-love and focusing on you, yourself, your health included with that, which is so important nowadays. Next card. 404. What is meant for you will never be held from you. Have faith that spirit is taking care of everything. What a beautiful message. And I really feel some of you guys needed to hear that message. And the last one is 229. Patience is required as one twin is still struggling to gain clarity with current challenges, you see? So that's pretty much what's presenting itself here in this reading, which is why it's not the right time to create action to bring things back together. One person, I feel, needs a little bit more time to heal from what's happened. So just have patience. Whatever side of the fence you're on, Aries, have patience. And truly, what is meant for you will never be held from you. Love that message. All right, so let's close this out with some final healing messages. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aries for this bonus reading for the first half of July. Some final thoughts. Clearly, this is a situation that needs healing for sure. We've got celebration, we've got meditation. Bottom of the deck, look at that, is soulmate. That's so awesome. Oh, look at this. The next card is new love. Okay, so some of you guys, again, who want to go in a different direction and just detach from this fully, you want to find love elsewhere, well, here you go. But also, for some of you guys, you see this person as your soulmate. This new love card could also be indicative of a new chapter in love, a second chance at love, seeing love in a whole new way between the two of you. Cause for celebration, happier times ahead. That's the second card, talking about celebrations here, which for me here is the Two of Cups, which is tapped into unity, partnership, and that very special connection. So right now, it's time for you to go within, just focus on yourself, love yourself, okay? And meditation might be something that you enjoy doing, that helps to calm you. So something for you to keep in mind there. Okay, so that's what's coming through here, Aries. I'm kind of happy. I'm pretty happy with the direction that this ultimately took, because it definitely presented itself with some very challenging messages. But, you know, you might still have a little bit of hope here to be able to work through this partnership, and the love certainly is still reflected here from both of you. Okay, so I do hope that this offered you the guidance that you needed at this time. And if you're interested in your own personal private reading, that information is down below. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Take care.